You too. What's going on? This you got Professor Smellgood, and we back, baby. All right, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, liking, sharing, all of that good stuff. All right, so what I want to talk about today is a lot of times people, you know, they wonder, like, you know, why am I so serious about black entrepreneurship? And to be honest with you, this is the real reason. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because my father was never in my life. Never, ever in my life. Never. I'm 32 years old. I'll be 33 in November. Okay? My father was never there. First, I mean, to just see his work ethic every day, I wasn't able to see that because he was never around. Still to this day, he never comes around. Okay? If this man was to come right here in front of my face, I wouldn't even know what he looks like. Okay? Alright, so. Alright. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys out of the neighborhood, you know, growing up as a black man, there's a lot of people that I looked up to. You know, they were not entrepreneurs, right? And no one pulled my coattail on that until when I reached the age of maybe like 20. Abdul Haq Tajani, you know, shout out to him. He was the one who pulled my coattail about the oil game, man. He was the one that, because of him, I'm in the oil games this day. To this day, he's the reason why I sell oils, because of Abdul Haq Tajani. As some people call him, Prince Tajani. You know, it's because of him I sell oils, you know. And I was a guy who worked at T-Mobile. I went to work every single day, 40 days a week, 9 to 5. Top salesman at T-Mobile. I became a store manager. And, you know, he was very frank, and he said, listen, man, he said, don't get too comfortable working at 9 to 5, get into the oil game. Just that frank, right? At that time, I was pretty much a new Muslim, so I didn't know about, you know, the different types of the stereotypes when it comes to oils. Anybody that sells oils don't make money. So I didn't hear none of that, so the fact that he came to me with the information, I accepted it very well, because there was no stereotypes going on that I heard at the moment. But if I had heard those stereotypes, I probably would have, you know, rethought it. How's it going now? I would have rethought it, and I probably would have said, you know, I don't think this is for me, until I saw somebody else that would actually bring me along and say, listen, I make money from this. As you see, you can also get into this game as well. Here's step one. You know, so it was pretty much easy for me. So after that, you know, when I lost my job, I got fired. He's the first person that I thought about. Abdul Haq Tajani. He's the very first person that I thought about, and I was like, wow, man, this guy told me to get into the oil game, and I got fired from my job for absolutely no reason. And so I was like, wow. He gave me the information. Ironically, inside the mall where I was working at, there was a place called Europeans Perfume. Europeans Perfume. And Europeans Perfume, they sell oils wholesale, and they always get a lot of business, man. Many different malls, they there, Fairlane Town Center, Great Lakes. Most of the malls here in Michigan, they are there, right? They even got a store in Southfield. Good quality oils, okay? But anyhow, I got my first wholesale package from them, and the rest is history. But to answer the question that everybody be asking me, and they be wondering about, you know, why am I so serious about black entrepreneurship? Because, you know, I had a father that was never there in my life to, you know, show me the ropes of how to be a man. So I said, you know what? I think one of those things about entrepreneurship is that it gives you some of those things that you're missing when you don't have a father in your life. You see? You know, you learn to be independent. You learn to be a man. You learn to deal with problems, because you have to deal with it. When you're an entrepreneur and you got a problem, you have to deal with the problem. Okay? Nobody's going to fix the problem for you. You have to fix the problem yourself. And that coincides with what us men we deal with. In some situations where, as a man, you just got to deal with a situation. You got to find a way to get yourself out of it. All right? You got yourself in it, you got to find a way to get yourself out of it. All right, now. Freestyle before you leave right here. All right. So that's pretty much it. You know, because of him, I mean, you know, my father not being there, you know, I say, you know what? Let me just return the favor to the young black men that are out there that would love to start their own business, that would love to have their own, right? Would love to just walk around with the title and say, you know what, I have my own business. And it feels good to say that, man. It feels good to say, I have my own business. I own the business, right? I have products that I sell wholesale and retail. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Hypnotic Light Purple and Hood Swag.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it feels real good, man. It feels real good to be able to have your own business and, you know, clock in whenever you want to, clock out whenever you want to, right? Even if you don't clock in, there's no one that is going to, you know, fire you because you work for yourself. I'm not saying you just shouldn't get up in the morning, because obviously it's a responsibility, because clients are going to be looking for you. All right, that's the Hypnotic Light Purple. And let me give you that hood swag.
Matter of fact, instead of that one, it's a blue one that I just ran out of it. It was blue. I forgot the name of it. It ain't had no label on it. So I want that one instead.
Hypnotic Dark Purple or Super Fresh out the shower?
Super
Super
fresh.
Fresh. Okay, Super Fresh it should be up there somewhere. Right here.
I think that's it. I smell it. Is this it?
That's actually one of my top sellers too.
What was this?
It's like
And this the Hypnotic.
Light Purple.
Let me smell the other one more time.
Which one?
The one that you just about to
Swag?
give me. Yeah. So, that one.
That hood swag, that beat stuff. I mean, you're gonna get way more compliments from this one than that one.
Let me get that one then.
That's the reason why I charge more for them, because you know they're extra concentrated.
Oh yeah. This one I like this one though. Got the pheromones in it. And none of it ain't got
Oh no, it's no pheromones, but it reacts like a pheromone though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, 14.
What about that one? Ain't no pheromones in that one either?
No pheromones.
No pheromones.
But you, man, you're gonna get a lot of play from it. A lot of times when people, when they want something with pheromones in it, they just want attention. So this is gonna bring you the
I'm
same
always
thing.
giving somebody a hug. They be like, oh,
Purposely, right?
Yeah, I can feel
So
that.
it must be the pheromones, huh? You say you're hugging purposely, so you know they can the oil that you got on can actually stay on their clothes.
Yeah, they like, damn, I smell you or whatever. I know you do.
So, good look at my man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
No problem, bro.
All right.
I'll let you again.
All right. So that's pretty much it, man. She got Professor Smell Good. That's mainly the reason why, man. You know, my father, he was never there to, you know, show me how to be a man. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be somebody's father, no. But what I'm saying is I will give you something that a father's supposed to give his son, right? Which is entrepreneurship, or the ability to stand on your own 2 feet and, you know, fish for yourself, as opposed to somebody giving you a fish, right? You see what I'm saying? So most of these guys out here, you know, if you look very carefully, they just want somebody to give them a fish. You see what I'm saying? They want people to give them a fish. But see, the thing is with me, I come to, hey, how you doing, man? My name is Professor Smell Good. Hey, listen, man, you ever thought about having your own business? No, I never thought about it. I don't think it's for me. How come it ain't for you? You know, I'm a street dude. I was there too. I wasn't on your level, but you know, I was there too. You see what I'm saying? I was there too. So perhaps you may be better than me. You see that? You may be better than me. So still shopping still. So I'm giving you this information, right? How to start your own business. I give you a wholesale package. You may get the wholesale package, and let me tell you this. It took me, I've been selling oils about 11, 12 years now. Just around 11 years. It took me about 7 years, man, to really just have a stance. No, not 7. Around like 7. It took me around like 6 to 7 years to really just have a stance with my business, right? Because I found out that I was doing everything incorrectly, right? I didn't have an LLC, right? I wouldn't purchase by big quantities, so therefore I wouldn't get the profit that I was looking for. I didn't have labels on my bottles. I didn't have a place to set up. I didn't have an internet presence. I didn't have a YouTube page. All of those things, man, I never had that. So for somebody to come in, you know, and get information from expertise like myself, right? it's a direct shortcut to success. It's a direct shortcut to success, right? So that's pretty much it, man. She got Professor Smell Good. My job is to reach out to you. You watching, right? Male or female, you know, and let you know that you can be independent. You can have your own business, right? And as a man, that makes you feel good as a man, you know, have your, you know, put your chest up high, you know, because you got your own. That's the essence of a man, is actually having your own, right? And somebody, as opposed to somebody trying to give you something, you got your own, right? To be proud to say, listen, man, all of these oils that I got right here, listen, I paid for it myself. Ain't nobody gave it to me. Ain't nobody fronted to me. I paid for it, right? That's the essence of being a man. And you take that same money, that send them same oils, right? And you sell those oils and you make profit from those oils, and you take the profit from those oils and you go and you pay your rent and you say, I paid this rent from what? The products that I sold for my business. You see what I'm saying? Or I took that money that I made from the profits of my products for my business and I actually went and bought diapers for my son. You see how that works? Or shoes for my daughter. You see how that works? Or made a child support payment, right? Being a man, right? And whether you believe it or not, man, people, they will respect you for it. Even if you're not making a whole lot, they respect you. I got a phone call. This is a client calling. Professor Smell Good. Thank you.